Plates ready? This is Food School, Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast. Want to feel amazing, love the way you look in the mirror, and perform your absolute best in the gym, at work, and in life? You're definitely in the right place. Food, it's you. It builds every single cell of you. And if there is one thing every human being must master, it's food. Because at the very least, eating, you do it every day, several times a day, every single day. You might as well get good at it. I'm your host, Shurina from createyourself.today, your personal nutritionist and plate watcher, your diet guide and explorer, your fat loss coach and food inspector. And just someone with a lot of passion and obsession and curiosity for healthy food, healthy diets, nutrition, optimized human performance, everything and absolutely anything you put in your grocery shopping cart, your fridge, on your plate, and in your mouth. It's my business. Food School, on a mission to help you eat better daily.
It's the last time I talk about food. It's the last time I talk about food.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast. Today is going to be a short one. By the way, guys, how did you like case study yesterday? Did you learn something new? How to maintain your stable blood sugar and what's even more important, stable energy levels, so you actually feel like doing things that you know you want to do, you gotta do any moment of the day. Of course, we have our better part of the day, but your energy levels shouldn't just plummet. They should be pretty stable, and you should be able to do things that you need to do no matter what time of the day it is. And you shouldn't feel like you need a snack or some sugary drink or caffeinate yourself. That's not a solution to a problem. It's kind of like taking a medication. You know that medicines, they don't fix you. They just hide the symptoms. So when you're using caffeine or when you're using some sugary snacks, they do the same thing for you. They hide the symptoms, but they do not solve the problem. You need to address the core problem, being blood sugar levels and insulin levels, in order for you to change this situation, this energy roller coaster. And also, it's also a health roller coaster because as we talked about yesterday, insulin levels, blood sugar levels, they are the major indicators of your short and long-term health. So work on it, guys, and re-listen our episode that we did yesterday. Today we are going to talk about our food system and why you can't survive and thrive. Well, you can actually survive, but not thrive eating pizza and fat bombs if you are on a keto or low carb, high fat diet. And the problem with keto diet. So our food system right now is more caloric-centric than what I like to call nutrition-focused nutrition system. So what does it mean, caloric-centric nutrition system? It means that most of the food are designed to deliver maximum amount of calories to you. And in our modern world, for most of us, it's not an issue of getting calories. Like, none of you are dying of not getting enough calories. In some countries, in some places in the world, it's still an issue of getting enough calories. But even there, when you're just getting calories, but not getting the essential nutrients on a consistent basis, kids don't grow as fast or as tall as they could. They don't develop mentally. They get a lot of different weird diseases that we people in modern world, in more developed world, are not getting. So a lot of things are happening when you just focus on calories. And even when the different organizations send food help to those places where people can't get enough food, they usually send some nutritionally poor foods, and then it's helping a little bit, but it's not helping at the end of the day, because people are still dying, but then they're not dying of hunger, but of all these weird diseases that come with nutrition deficiencies. And if you go to a store, all these food labels, they will tell you first and foremost how many calories you're getting from every single bite of food, or can of food, or piece of food, but they really focus on all of the nutrients that you need to get on a daily basis, and how much of it you are getting from certain food. Yes, labels show you the amount of nutrient in percentage that you are getting from this food based on our current knowledge of what we need as species, as humans. But they do not list all the nutrients, and most of you probably don't really make your decisions based on those nutritional guidelines, do you? I believe those labels and foods, they do not make good enough job to really make you focus on nutrition, not on some fancy superfood, sometimes invented, sometimes not qualities of that food. Like, you can read that this food is sustainable and organic and all plant-based and free from this and that, but really that food company focuses on nutrition, on actual nutrients, micronutrients, and things like omega-3 fatty acids that you are getting from your foods, or not getting from your foods, making a choice to eat other kinds of foods. So we need to start moving towards nutrition-focused food system. And guys, the beauty of our world today is that you don't have to wait. You can start moving towards nutrition-based meals and eating behaviors right now. So you need to familiarize yourself with your nutrition requirements as a human being, and need to also figure out how to eat as many of those nutrients per bite of food as possible. And that's the way to ultimate health and performance, and now short-term and long-term. And I'm trying to create as much content as possible to help you to do that practically, through foods, not through data, theories, and numbers. We humans do not learn very well from that kind of information, and I'm going to be doing more and more of that kind of content, teaching you how to get all you need as a human being when it comes to macro and micronutrients from foods. Today, I also want to talk about this very specific topic about why eating pizza is not cool, and why it might kill you, or at least cut many years of your healthy life. Guys, if you look at the nutrition profile of a piece of pizza, let's take margherita pizza with tomatoes, with cheese, mozzarella cheese, with basil. Let's really look at it. An average slice of pizza would have somewhere around 300 calories. It would have somewhere around 10 grams of proteins, 10 grams of fats, and somewhere around 35 to 40 grams of carbohydrates, most of which are refined carbohydrates. But that's not the problem. The problem with pizza is not calories. If you eat 10 pieces of that pizza, or let's say somewhere around 8 pieces of that pizza, you're going to get somewhere around 2,000 calories. That is considered to be normal average for a human being. But the problem with that is, besides calories, fats, proteins, and a lot of carbohydrates that a lot of you don't really need, a lot of us don't really need who are not professional athletes. Besides all of that, pizza has a little bit of vitamin A, a little bit of iron, a little bit of vitamin C, depending, on the tomatoes and basil part. And then also a little bit, but if you eat like 10 pieces of pizza, you might get all the calcium you need. But with that nothing else comes. Like if you eat only pizza, that's all you're getting. You're not getting any omega-3s. You're probably going to get a lot of omega-6s, pro-inflammatory fats. You're not getting the fiber you need. You're not getting magnesium or phosphorus or folate or choline or niacin or biotin or vitamin D or vitamin K2. All of these other vitamins and minerals, you're not getting it. And that's the problem with pizza. While you are eating pizza, you're not eating all the other stuff. And that doesn't just go for pizza, but for all the other maybe made from clean ingredients, but nutritionally basically empty foods. These days I like to give this example. Like if we agree that, for example, apples are the most sustainable food on earth, and we decide to just grow a bunch of apples, but we won't survive on apples. Like no matter how healthy an apple might be for some people or for a lot of people, how plant-based it is, how sustainable it is, people will not survive on apples because we have nutritional requirements that are different, and you cannot get all you need from apples, no matter how many of those you eat and how organic they are, right? And so the insanity of our food system today is we are trying to talk about sustainability and healthiness of foods without looking at that food nutritional profile and how it actually satisfies our nutrition needs. Because at the end of the day, we need to take care of our home, of our planet, of all the other inhabitants of this planet, but we also need to take care of ourselves and our nutrition needs. And as our population grows, we cannot allow ourselves to just be wasteful and grow whatever it is come to our mind or we have resources and ideas for. We need to start focusing our food system on our own nutrition needs and satisfying those as much as possible. So again, while you're eating pizza, you're not eating all the stuff that you actually need. And that's why I think people in general as a society on a health level, we are breaking down because we are getting a lot of junky ingredients, but we also are not getting most of the things that we need. Even vitamin C, like most people are deficient in this vitamin, even though it's like everywhere. I mean, there are so many foods that you can get vitamin C from. One of the best sources, by the way, guys, is bell pepper. One bell pepper, big bell pepper, the one that you're getting at any store, not mini ones, but big one, will give you all the vitamin C. I think it's like 3 times the amount of vitamin C you need per day, just one bell pepper, so but most people are still deficient. And probably because people are eating those pizzas, muffins, and all this stuff. And again, it's not the problem of calorie here. It's a problem of nutrient deficiency of that food. Or for people, for those of you guys who are like me on keto, low carb, high fat diet, low carb diet, counting carbohydrates and doing your best to be really good at counting macronutrients like proteins, fats, and carbohydrates. Do you know that, for example, if you focus your nutrition around fat, and specifically, let's take fat bomb made of, let's say, coconut oil, maybe some stevia for flavor, some peanut butter, some regular butter. And so in that fat bomb, you're going to get somewhere around, let's say we take an ounce of coconut oil, an ounce of butter, an ounce of peanut butter, and some stevia for sweet taste, and maybe some nuts here and there. And you're gonna get somewhere around, like, in that bigger fat bomb, 700 calories. But with that, you only get somewhere around like 10% of your vitamin A. You're gonna get a little bit, tiny amount, less than 100 milligrams of omega-3s, and you get somewhere like 3,000 or 4,000 milligrams of omega-6s. Now you see where you can get your numbers screwed. Then from peanut butter, you get somewhere around 7 grams of protein, and you get a little bit of magnesium, phosphorus, vitamin E, and niacin in protein. But again, I'm I remind you that with that, you're getting 700 calories. You eat 3 of those, you're not going to satisfy any of your nutrient requirements. But you're going to get a lot of calories, a lot of omega-6s, and you're probably not even going to feel full at all, because the protein amount of 3 of those fat bomb is going to be 20 grams of protein, and as a human being you need at least 3 times that much, at least. And that's the problem of eating most of your calories from fats too, guys. It's because most of the fats that are refined and removed from the source, what do I mean by that is, if you take an olive, this is a whole food. Olive oil is not whole food. You remove a whole bunch of stuff when you just extract the oil. The same goes for any other oil or butter. You remove a lot of stuff. And so when you build your diet around fats, be that coconut oil, be that olive oil, or just extracted fats, and getting 80 to 90% of your calories from fats, you're not getting a lot of nutrition, but you are getting a lot of calories. And that's where I also believe a lot of people on keto and low carb, high fat diet are falling short and developing health problems over time. I'm not saying, you're going to develop it in a month or even a half a year. Usually deficiencies take time to develop on any diet. I was on a raw vegan diet. I was on different sorts of diet. Like I tried almost any diet there is. And at first, when you improve the quality a little bit, or make the digestion easier, or eat lighter foods, like even fasting, it works so well. But if you do too much of that and constantly not getting the nutrition that you need, it can also compromise your health. And the same goes for keto, high-fat diet. The same goes for eating pizza or other nutritionally empty foods or superfoods or whatever. Like, no matter how many goji berries you eat, no matter how much maca you consume, if you're not getting all the nutrients that your body actually needs, guys, then you're gonna suffer. Again, no matter how many goji berries or maca powder or turmeric you consume, because they do have some phytochemicals that are super beneficial for us and can even contribute to our longevity. But if that's all you're getting, then you are in a huge problem, and you're gonna die faster than those turmeric and maca and goji berries and other superfoods will have any effect on your longevity. So that's was the topic of today I wanted to cover. Nutrition focused food system instead of caloric-centric food system. So move towards consuming more nutrients per bite of calorie. Also check out the link in the show notes that's gonna lead you to sorry for my voice, guys, it's breaking down these days in Siberia. Anyhow, so you're gonna find the link in the show notes to the data of all the nutrition requirements that we know of to these days. And check out my Instagram. I have a lot of different posts about how you can get your most vital nutrients from different foods. And next week, over the next couple of weeks, I really gonna focus on that, and finally gonna sit down and create those printouts, meal based. So basically they're gonna be meals and nutritional breakdown, and those meals gonna be designed that way so you satisfy most of your nutrition needs from them. What else? Tomorrow we will have our food news episode. It's going to be cool and interesting, about trends and about different developments in food industry and how it affects your eating choices, how it influences your eating choices and your health at the end of the day. Also tomorrow, I'm interviewing Chris Dancy, who is the most connected man in the world. If you Google the most connected man, so he's gonna pop up. And we will talk about how, as an advanced biohacker, he can help us to design our environment to help us eat better and exercise regularly without using our willpower. Next week is also going to be super exciting because I'm researching and rereading longevity book, one of the latest one. You're gonna love it. And then also ketogenic answers book. So everything I learn, I'm gonna present in some way on the podcast. So a really amazing week coming up. And that's it, guys. So check out the show notes for the link to your nutrition requirements and start being a nutritarian, eating the most nutrients per bite of food as you possibly can. So thank you for tuning in today. Have an awesome day. And as usual, till next time, eat better daily.